Is that a log fire? Who the devil built that? Hello. That's 2875 West, please. Hurry along, sister. Ain't got all day. Yes, Andy, is that you? Yes, this is Bland. Yes, I'm at Baldpate. Oh, yes, damn near frozen. It's like Napoleon's tomb in here. They said Mayor Corrigan would meet me here. No. No, I can't stay here all night. I'd go mad. Listen, here's an idea. I'll put the money in the safe and turn it over to him 9 o'clock tomorrow. Does that sound good? Yes. No, there isn't a chance of anything in the world happening. Trust me, the money will be safe as houses. Right. Okay, you don't have to belittle me, okay? Yes, I'll lock the safe as soon as I put the money in. Yes, Mayor Corrigan knows the combination, okay? My advice? Well, let it lay low here for a week. It's the last place I'd ever look for it. And besides, how are they gonna get in? My key to Baldpate is the only one in existence. Right. Yeah, no, I don't think they think we'd risk anything after the other exposure. I tell you, I know best. Right. Yes, sir. I'll be in town by, I don't know, 1 o'clock tomorrow? Does that sound good? Right. Yes, sir. Yes, the president's machine is waiting for me at the foot of the mountain. It's a beaut. Right. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, good evening, or perhaps I should say good morning.
Who are you?
I was just about to put up that same question to you.
What are you doing here?
I believe I'm entitled to an answer here.
You follow me up that mountain?
Oh no, I was here an hour ahead of you.
Well, then how did you get in here?
Through that door.
You lie. I have the only key to Baldpate right here in my pocket.
I was laboring upon that very same impression not too long ago. But, seeing that your key fits the lock, and my key fits the lock, evidently there are 2 keys to Baldpate instead of 1. See?
Wait, you mean to tell me that's a key to Baldpate?
Oh, yes, which is why I became so interested in your arrival here. I heard you telephone your friend saying yours was the only one. Sort of handed me a laugh.
Wait, you heard what I said over the telephone?
Every word.
Oh, you don't honestly think you're going to live to tell about it, do you?
I have no fear on that score. I'm not a tattletale, nor do I intend to pry into the affairs of others which do not concern me. You could do me a favor in answering one question, though. Where'd you get your key to Baldpate?
None of your damn business. I'm coming to tell the story of my life.
Well, could you at least relate the portion of which that has led you to trespassing upon a man seeking seclusion?
Oh, trespassing, huh? Who's trespassing here, you or I?
My right here is indisputable.
Oh, yeah? Well, who gave you that key?
None of your damned business! If I remember rightly, that's the answer you gave me.
You got a pretty good nerve to talk to me like that with a gun in your face.
Oh, that doesn't disturb me in the least. While I've never experienced this sort of thing in real life, I've written so much of this melodramatic stuff and collected such splendid royalties from it all. Sort of hands me a laugh to see that this so-called literary trash is a real thing after all. Really, old pal, you may not believe it, but I've written you over and over again.
Say, I killed a man once for laughing at me.
That's my line. From the Lost Limousine. I bet you've read it.
Hey, listen. If you don't tell me who you are and what you're doing here, I will kill you as dead as a doornail. Now, I mean business. Who are you?
Well, a name doesn't mean much, so you may call me Mr. Smith.
Okay, what are you?
I'm a writer of popular novels.
Okay, what are you doing here?
I'm here on a bet. I'm here to novelize Baldpate. But a few more interruptions of this kind, and it's clear I'll be paying the winner. Really, old chap, you could do me a huge favor by leaving this place for me for the night. And I swear to you that every word uttered here shall remain absolutely sacred.
You must think me an awful fool to swallow that kind of talk.
Well, if you don't believe I am who I say I am, nor am I here for the reason I've given you. Over there in that room to the left, you'll find a typewriter, some manuscript paper scattered about the floor, and a letter from the owner of the inn to the caretaker, proving conclusively everything I've said is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And there you are.
And you're not in with the police.
Oh no, I wish. If the graft were as good as they say it is.
You say you have a letter from the owner of this inn?
Oh, why, yes, I'll go get it for you.
Wait, come back.
Yes? What is it?
I've been double-crossed before, young fellow. I'll find if it's in there.
Well, if that's what you prefer, go right ahead. Oh, you needn't be afraid. I've never carried a gun in my life.
Ah, but I bet you keep one in that room, huh?
Well, if that's what you think, go search the room.
Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do. But I'll keep you inside, though. Ah, you lead, I'll follow.
Well, why, certainly.
No, wait, come back. I've changed my mind. Something doesn't look good to me. You're too damn willing. Tell you what, I'll take a peek around inside there first, and I'll holler at you when I'm positive you're not trying to spring something, all right?
Well, if that's what you want, go right along.
What? Hey! Open this door! Open this door! Damn it, I'll get you for this!
Hello, may I speak to Asquith Police Headquarters? That's right, Police Headquarters. Who are you? What do you want?
It's all right. I'm harmless.
How'd you open that door?
With this key, of course.
My God.
If you allow me to bring my chaperone inside, I will explain who we are and why we're here.
Your chaperone?
Yes, another perfectly harmless female who has been kind enough to accompany me on this wild adventure. Do I have your permission?
Say, what the devil is going on here?
You'll soon know. Okay, Mrs. Rhodes.
What is it? What's happened?
Lock the door! Lock the door!
Tell me, please, what is it?
What's frightened you, Mrs. Rhodes?
A man!
A man?
What man?
I don't know. He appeared the window above flourishing a revolver.
Are you
Then he jumped to the ground and ran the mountainside.
Are you absolutely sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Just a moment.
Is there anything wrong?
I'm beginning to think I am.
Why did you ever come here?
It's all right. Just don't get excited.
The bird has flown. But he forgot this when he took the leap. Oh, you needn't be afraid, ladies. I'm not going to shoot. At least not yet. Now, might I hear why I'm so honored by this midnight visit?
I can explain in very few words.
That would suit me immensely. I'm losing thousands, perhaps even through this waste of time. If you would please,
Why do you stare at me so?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
What do you mean?
I've written about it a great many times before, though I've really never felt this way. It's remarkable. But might you explain your presence here?
Well, to begin with, I was going
Would you answer that, please? I'd prefer not to turn my back on anything but a bolted door tonight.
certainly. Hello? Hold the wire. I'll find out. Did you wish to speak to police headquarters?
Police headquarters.
Yes, but no. Just say it must have been some mistake.
Hello? No such call was put out from here. Must have been a mistake. That's all right. So you did call police headquarters?
I did.
Why did you call police headquarters?
Yeah, why did you call police headquarters?
You know, this has been a most remarkable lot of happenings. No sooner do I lose one bestseller than in comes another, dyed in the wool, to be continued in our next. There's really no reason for my saying this, but there isn't anything in the world I wouldn't do for you.
I don't understand.
But you were going to tell me what you're doing here.
Yes, and I will, but first I'd like to ask you a question.
Proceed.
How did you get in here without this key?
Oh, no. You know, I'm beginning to think this whole thing's a frame-up.
What do you mean?
I take it that your key is the only one in existence.
So I understood.
Well, if it's any news to you, ladies, there are more keys to Baldpate than there are in a Steinway piano.
Then he lied.
Who lied?
Remember your promise, Mary.
Well,
I can't tell you his name.
well, can you at least tell me your name?
Well, my name is Mary Noren. I do special stories for the Bruton Star.
The newspaper game.
That's it. And this is Mrs. Rhodes, who lives with me in Bruton, and is the only other person who knows I'm here to do this story.
Wait, what story?
The story of the $5,000 wager you made with a certain gentleman that you would write an entire novel inside of 24 hours.
Who told you this?
Remember your promise, Mary.
You sure have made many a promise, haven't you, Mary? I'd certainly like to know who gave you this information.
Well, I can only tell you when the wager was made at the 44th Street Club this afternoon. A certain someone dispatched news to me at once, and believing that I held the only key to Baldpate, I rushed here to let you in, and lo and behold, I find you already at work, and as snug and as cozy as you'd be in a New York apartment. But now that you know my story, I'm going to throw my mercy upon you and ask you to please let me stay here and get the beat. I promise you we won't be in the least disturbance. Do you have any objections?
And you can't tell me where you got your story from,
I can't.
nor where you got your key.
Remember your promise, Mary.
You know, I really wish you hadn't brought her with you.
What?
No, I don't mean to offend Mrs. Rhodes. It's clear that Mary is a very promising young woman. But must you continually remind her of the fact? Get it? Promise? No? Excuse me, it's a little joke of my own. So, you want to write a story of my 24-hour task?
With your permission.
Well, should you have put up such a proposition to me, say, 30 minutes ago, I should have emphatically said, no. But, seeing my little experience with the gun-flourishing, window-jumping gentleman, I'm a bit more inclined to entertain the idea of a companion. Or two.
Who is the man with the gun?
And why did he jump from the window?
You might as well ask me why he hid a package of money in that safe. Or why telephone the fact to someone else who was to pass the news along to Mayor Cargan.
Mayor Cargan.
What troubles you?
Mrs. Rhodes is a widow. Mayor Cargan, a widower. Perhaps you will understand why the name startled her when I tell you that Mrs. Rhodes is to become Mrs. Cargan next Sunday morning.
Oh, congratulations, Mrs. Rhodes. Again, I do not mean to offend. I'm not accusing Mayor Cargan of any action, dishonest or otherwise. I'm merely saying that this has been a night of wild occurrences up until now. But, if you're willing to take the risk, stay here. It won't disturb me in the least, and may in fact benefit this young woman in her work. 30 minutes already. I'm losing thousands perhaps for even this waste of time, so... Again, I'm sorry for any confusion, Mrs. Rhodes.
I assure you that a more honest man than Jim Cargan never lived.
I sincerely hope so. For your sake. I hope the story proves a whale. I wish...
What do you wish?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking about Sunday morning. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Oh, I'd gladly offer you ladies my room, but seeing that's the only one that's heated and furnished, I'll need comfort from my kind of work. You understand. Good night.
Good night.
Mary, that's the most beautiful name in the world.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
You know, I still wish you hadn't brought her with you. Good night.
You don't believe Jim Cargan guilty of any treachery. Tell me you don't, Mary.
I don't know, Mrs. Rhodes. I told you the suburban bribe story we got last night, but I hope his name is kept clean for both of your sakes.
I can't believe he's wrong. I won't believe it.
But if he is wrong, it's best you should know now. The fates may have brought us here to protect you. Who knows?
Money hidden in that safe, he said.
Yeah, and the dovetails with the suburban bribe story. I came here to do a special, and I may get 2 sweeps with 1 broom. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I'd be made.
Great heavens, Mary, look!
What is it? Ah!
What's going on down here?
A ghost!
A what?
A ghost! A ghost!
I'll bet you $4 that's the man whose wife ran away with a traveling man. Excuse me, but might you know how many keys there are to this old flat?
What are these women doing here?
How's that?
I don't like women.
No need to be afraid, ladies. I can explain. He's no regular ghost. He's in the picture postcard business.
What?
Just a minute, Bosco. If you ladies will kindly step into my room, I'll either kill it or cure it.
What?
Now see here, that's the second time you've barked at me. Now don't go doing it again. Do you hear? Go right ahead, ladies. So, you're the ghost of Baldpate, are you?
How'd you people get in here?
You're not going to give me that only key in existence speech, are you?
What?
There are other keys besides yours.
They're all imitations. Mine's the real key. The old man gave it to me the day before he died.
What old man?
The father of that young scamp who wastes his time around those New York clubs. You know who I mean.
Then I take it you're not particularly fond of the present owner of Baldpate.
I hate him and all his men friends.
You say you don't like women either.
I despise them.
How do little children strike you? I can understand your wife now. Anything in preference to you, even a traveling man.
Don't mention my wife's name or
Now see here. Make another bluff at me and I'll take that white sheet away from you and put you right out of the ghost business. Haven't you any better sense than to go about frightening little children this way? Why don't you stick to your own line of work? You're a hermit by trade, if I'm rightly informed.
Yes, I'm a hermit, and I'm proud of it.
Then why don't you cut the ghost stuff and go back to being a regular hermit?
I play the ghost stuff because I love to see cowards run.
So, they're all cowards, is that it?
Cowards, yes.
And you're a brave man, I suppose.
A caveman is always a brave man. They're shooting again. They're shooting again.
What's that?
What's happened?
Is someone hurt?
Did you hear a woman scream?
Distinctly.
And a pistol shot.
A woman in the white. A woman in the white. They shot at her as they shot at me when I played the ghost. They thought it was the ghost. They thought it was the ghost.
My God, another key!
What?
Shh, the woman. Shh. No, you needn't raise your hands. I thought I'd give you some more light so you could work. Ow, my eyes. Would you come here, please? I didn't think they did this sort of thing outside of popular novels and melodrama. But I can see I was wrong. Or right when I wrote it. Really, you are the most attractive burglar I've ever seen. That is, if you are a burglar. Are you?
Are you one of the Cargan crowd, or do you represent the Root and suburban people?
Oh no, I'm just an ordinary man on a bet. But up until now, the chances have been dead against me. Perhaps you'd like to tell me who you are?
I will, if you'll answer me one question.
Oh, of course. I'll answer that one before you ask it. A friend gave it to me. Of course he said yours was the only one, but he lied. There are keys and keys and keys, but I love my little key best of all. See?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
You haven't anything on me. And just about 2 more keys and I'll pack up my paraphernalia, head back to New York, and never make another bet as long as I live.
Will you please tell me your name?
Well, her name doesn't mean much, so you may call me Mr. Jones. And yours?
My name is... Listen, my husband is the president of the Root and Asquewan Suburban Railway Company. He has agreed to pay a vast amount of money for a certain city franchise. A franchise that the political crowd of Rootin has no power to grant. They're going to rob him of his money and use it for campaign funds to fight the opposition party at the next election. If he sues for his money back, they're going to expose him for entering into a deal he knows to be nothing short of bribery. And President Mayor is at the bottom of it all. I ran to my husband last night and begged him not to enter into the deal. I warned him he was being cheated. He wouldn't believe me, but I know it's true. He's being cheated and will be charged with bribery besides. That's why I risked the mountain on a night like this. I must have been followed, for I was shot at as I reached the top of Baldpate. Well, I don't know who you are, but you're a man and you can help me. You will help me, won't you?
Yes. What do you want me to do?
In that safe, there's a package containing $200,000.
$200,000?
That's the amount. It must be there. A man named Bland was to come here and deposit it at midnight. Cargan was to follow later and to find it here.
Cargan coming here.
So they've planned it. Don't you see? I have to get that money out of there before he comes here. My husband is being cheated, tricked, robbed, probably ruined.
But I don't know the combination.
Oh, there must be something we can do. Please, please, for the sake of my children, help me, please. Who are these women? What are they doing here?
Oh, pardon me. May I introduce Miss...
Please don't. Ladies, will you excuse me for a moment?
Certainly.
For God's sake, don't tell them who I am. My husband would kill me if he ever learned I was on such an errand.
I understand. I sympathize with you greatly, madam. I shall make sure no one will leave with that package tonight, lest it be yourself. Even if I have to blow the safe to smithereens.
I have your word as a gentleman?
My word as a gentleman.
Thank you.
Ladies, may I introduce a girl schoolmate of mine, Miss Brown, who has become presently interested enough in my work to make the trip up to Baldpate. She's here to witness my endeavor to break all records as a speedy story writer.
Miss Brown.
Let's see. I'm almost an hour behind myself, but I expect to catch up before the night's through. That is, provided there aren't over 300 more keys to the old front door.
Now, might I have a word with you alone?
Why, certainly. I'd like to be alone with you forever.
Will you pardon us for a moment?
Certainly.
If you'd step into my room, please, Miss Brown. Mrs. Rhodes, will you show her the way? Oh, and she'll no doubt need a drop of something after that bitter cold trip up the mountain. There's a flask on the table.
Right along, miss. I know where it is. I've already tried it.
Well, certainly. I don't know what to say to all this kindness. Shh.
Right in here, miss.
Think softly.
Who did that woman claim to be?
That's a secret I promised never to reveal.
But I overheard everything she said.
Then you already know.
I know she lied.
She lied.
She claimed to be the wife of Thomas Hayden, president of the Suburban Railway. She lied, I tell you. Why, I've known Mrs. Hayden all my life. Was brought up and went to school with her daughters. Mrs. Hayden is a woman in her 50s. You can see for yourself, she is nothing but a slip of a girl. There's a mystery here of some kind. Someone's playing a desperate game.
Yes. And it's costing me $5,000. But what do I care? I've met you.
Are you going to give that money over to that woman?
Not if she lied.
Well, you believe me, don't you?
Believe you? Let me tell you something, little girl. Why, I've written these Romeo speeches a dozen times before, though I've never really felt this way. But here goes. Ever since you stepped foot through that door, and I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one woman in the world for me. Why, there isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. Try me.
Very well, I shall. Get me that package of money out of the safe before Cohan comes to steal it. Help me reach ruin without being molested, and I will annihilate the graph machine with tomorrow's edition of the Star. With that money to hand over to the authorities as proof of the deal, I'll wipe out the streetcar trust and the Cohan crowd with one swing of the pen. And to think, I'll save Mrs. Rhodes from an alliance with a thief. I know Cohan's crooked, always has been, but I must prove it to her before she'll break off the engagement. Great Scott, what a story I'll write. Think what it'll mean to me and to the city of Reuton itself. You will do this for me, won't you?
Yes. What do you want me to do?
Come, we must hurry. Can't you think of a way to open up the safe?
But we don't know the combination, and I haven't any dynamite. But we must have the $200,000.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Just the wind slipping through the cracks. There's someone in here. Go to the room. Good night, Miss Norton.
Good night.
Put up your hands.
Oh, it's you, is it? The ghost came near walking that time for Get out of there! Who gave you the combination of that safe? Who told you there was money in there? Oh, get out of here, you vagabond!
Go on. Get out of here.
Damn you, Cargan, I hate you!
Go on, throw him in the cellar,
Go
Max.
on. Go. Move. Get out.
By God, you weren't any too soon. Another moment, he'd have had it sure. But it would be goodbye to the hermit if he ever got hold of a role like this. $200,000, Maxie.
Is it all there?
I don't know. Let me see. You seem surprised that I found the money here, Max.
What do you mean surprise?
I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't trust you today. And I didn't trust you tonight.
What do you mean you didn't trust me?
I thought you were gonna pull one over on me and get to the bankroll through this woman. Thornhill.
Myra Thornhill?
Yes, Myra Thornhill. Oh, don't play dead. You knew she was around. You've had secret meetings with her in the last 48 hours. I know every move you've made. I've had you watched. And you've worked with her before.
What?
You told me so. Remember the time? I had my mind made up to kill you, Max, if this money had been gone. And that's exactly what I'll do if you ever try to double-cross me. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
My God! I've been shot!
No, you haven't. I just put a bullet in that wall. And I'll put one in you next if you don't hand that package of money over to me. Hurry now. Now, being a writer of sensational novels, I'm all caught up in this melodramatic stuff.
Jim Cargan!
What are you doing here?
Max, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right.
Myra Thornhill, huh? So you were trying to cross me, you snake.
Gentlemen, I must insist upon orderly conduct. Now, young man, if you would kindly take your gun and place it on that table over there. Hurry now. Oh, and if you would take the one out of Mayor Cargan's pocket and place it there too. I know you have it. He wants to take a shot at you, and I'm giving you the necessary protection. Mrs. Rhodes, if you'd be kind enough to escort Miss Hayden back to her room and lock the door behind her. And Miss Norton, if you'd step over here and take those two guns and place them in the safe and turn the combination. Now, gentlemen, if you would kindly step over here to the door to the left. And Mrs. Rhodes, if you'd step to the side and lock the door as these men enter. Go ahead, gentlemen. Come on now. Lively. Lively now. That's good. Now, straight. Good. Right there. And in. Oh. And would you bring the key down to me, please, Mrs. Rhodes? That's the ticket. Quite some roundup, wasn't it? What do you think of my work? I'm terribly sorry for this, Mrs. Rhodes. For your sake.
It's best you should know now. Isn't it, dear?
I suppose so, dear. I suppose so.
Well, you gotta work fast, little lady. Here's the money. And your key. Well, now what?
I have everything planned. I know just what I'm gonna do. What's the time?
1:30. But you can't get a train out of Ascalon until 5.
We can't wait around the station for 3 hours.
Well, get a cab or what sort of conveyance they have in this damn town. Whatever you do, get out of here as soon as possible.
You leave it to me. I'll find a way. Are you staying here?
I have to. I'll keep an eye on the lady and gentleman bandits until I'm sure you're safe and sound and rootin'. Even if it's all night tonight and all day tomorrow.
But your work.
Forget about the work. I could write a novel any old time. And as far as the bet's concerned, I could lose that and be paid back 1,000,000 times over. I've met you. Good night, Mrs. Rhodes. And God bless you both.
Good night.
I wonder if we'll ever meet again.
Well, I live in ruin. So, good night.
Good night. Crooks, adventurous, safe robbed, love at first sight, and I came here to get away from all the melodrama. And still they come!
I beg your pardon, who are you?
I'm Mayor Cogan's butler.
Corrigan.
Yes. Would you like me to send him a message?
Yes. Tell him that Mr. Hayden of the Rootin-Asquan Suburban Railway is calling.
Are you president of that road, sir?
I most certainly am, sir.
Your wife's here, sir.
What?
Yes, right there in that room. Oh, pardon me, I was just checking if you had a gun. Just a moment, I'll tell the mayor the president's here.
Are you a crazy man, sir?
That's what the critics say. But I'm beginning to think they're all wrong. Just a moment, I'll let the boys know you're here.
The boys?
Come out, boys, the president's here, everything's all right. Go on ahead, I'll follow close behind.
Hello, Hayden.
What is the meaning of this, Corrigan?
I don't know. Ask him.
Who is he?
I don't know. I don't care a damn. I'm disgusted with the whole works. All I know is, we're nailed.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you. Better sit down with the boys, Hermie.
I'd very much like to know the reason for such strange behavior, young man.
Oh, no, it's okay, Mr. President. Your wife will be down in a moment.
Confound it, sir, my wife is at home in bed.
That's what you think. You're not the first man to be tricked, you know. Here, Hermie. Take this key and open that door and tell Mrs. Hayden that her husband's here. Well, better get comfortable, boys. We're liable to have quite a wait.
Well, I'll be off if
Oh, no, I don't think so, Mr. President. You better keep us company. I think your wife wants to meet you. I don't believe she's had the pleasure.
What the devil sort of man is this, Corrigan?
Oh, here's a novelty at last. A man without a key.
That's Mr. Bland. I have his key. I'll let him in.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. I had a dandy little key of my own. You better open the door.
What's the matter, Governor?
I don't know.
That's him. That's the man I told you about. He's the one that locked me in.
Oh, you're back, I see. I thought you jumped out of town.
Did you get it all right?
No! He's got it.
What? Give me that money.
I killed a man once for hollering at me. I see. Now, Mr. President, although I think you're getting a shade best of it, this wife claims to be, wow, this woman claims to be your wife. Everything's so confusing
What?
here.
You claim what?
Oh, holler your head off, Grandpa. It's music to my ears. Your little guy squawk.
Can you believe
Hey,
that?
listen. What do you plan to do with that money?
I haven't the money. It's on its way to ruin right now. Mrs. Rhodes will hand it over to the safe and proper hands, along with Miss Norton, as soon as she arrives.
Where is she going?
Out of your life forever, Corrigan. She's got your number. Better sit down, Bland. Did you hear me? I said sit down. Come over here, Hermie. Sit. That's a good little ghost. And hand over my key. Better sit down, Hayden.
I do not care to sit down, sir.
Do as you're told and sit down.
Confound it, sir. Do you know that I am the president of the Rootin-Asquan Suburban Railway System, and I will not stand to be ridiculed such?
I wouldn't care if you were president of the National League. Sit down, sir. Thank you. Now, we're all going to wait right here until that phone bell rings and I get word that Mrs. Norton is safe and sound in ruin. Now, this may take 3 hours, or it may take 6 hours. But we're all going to stay right here together, no matter how long it takes. So get comfortable and sit as easy as you can.
So, You tried to cross me, huh? Chances are, I'll kill you for this.
I think I may have made a mistake in bringing you here, Mr. Hayden.
You're always making mistakes, you damn blockheaded idiot.
Myra, I'm sorry I got you into this. Oh, Myra, I say I'm sorry.
Go to hell.
I hope that you all go to prison for life.
This is going to be a nice, pleasant little party. I can see it now.